So, hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mels Gaming, here with a bit of a different video, a very exciting video, and kind of sort of a collab video with Hales hunting. So, let's just get right into it. You're going to see a lot of chat popping up in the bottom left corner, because I actually wasn't in a voice call for this, and that's why I'm like, kind of a collab. But, long story short, I found something that I knew was one of Hales's dream trophies. So let me tell you the story. I was in multiplayer and looking for rare Manitoban elk for the trophy lodge. I've had a few so far, but I'd really like to get some more rare bulls. You know, the albino, leucistic, melanistic. Now, I already have the piebald bull Manitoban elk in my lodge. I got a really nice size level 4, and I was hunting around in this multiplayer session, and it's Manitoban elk drink time, went to this particular lake, and what do I end up seeing? A level 3 piebald Manitoban elk bull. And I pulled out my guns in my loadout and realised, oh, I've got the wrong loadout. And as I was doing that, my brain was, thinking, and I went, oh, I remember Hales telling me that this is one of their absolute dream trophies. Like, they really, really want a piebald Manitoban elk bull. And so I sort of went, aha, I have an idea. And went back to the nearest lodge. And I sent Hales a DM, and I was like, I'm in this multiplayer server, I've got host, and basically, there's something in this server that I think you'd really, really like. And I was actually hanging out in a different voice call at the time, and I was just like, I'll keep the server open for as long as possible, let me know if you're around. If you're around, then come join, and we'll get you this animal. And I didn't say what it was. And Hales was like, oh, okay, I'll come and at least take a look at what it is and, see what animal it is. And then they joined and they saw it was Manitoban elk drink time. And you can see in the chat, Hales getting really excited, like saying, I see we're in Manitoban elk drink time. And I'm actually shaking with excitement. And I was sat there just like beaming because I was so excited to be able to help with getting this for Hales, because like I said, I already had one in the trophy lodge, a really nice size level 4 that I actually have in a previous video. It was like one of my dream trophies from a ski too. They just look so beautiful. And so here I bring Hales to this lake, and there is the elk, and I just hear him waiting for Hales to see it, and I'm just like brimming with excitement, and you can see Hales in the chat reacting with just messages basically. But yeah, there he is, a level 3 piebald Manitoban elk bull, and it was just so cool that I actually did manage to find another one, that Hales was online at the time, and I was able to help her get this, because like I said, I found it in multiplayer, I had one myself, why not just bring Hales in and be like, hey, look what I found, let's go get him. Like, I quite often in multiplayer, if I find a trophy for something that I've already got, maybe a rare female, or, a more common diamond if it's running away or something, if it's something I've already got, or got multiple of, I quite often will leave them for other people to find. I try to be, like, considerate, like, oh, okay, other people are going to be hunting in this server. This is a nice rare, but I've already got, 1 or 2 of them. I've got as many as I need. I've got what I'm looking for. I'll leave this for someone else to find, and then they get to have a cool experience. I don't get to see the, people finding them or getting to take those trophies almost ever. Like, because, once I've been and looked, and then I move on to another multiplayer server, things happen. I don't get to see someone then find that trophy that I've left in hopes that someone else would find it. So this was a really cool experience for me, getting to see someone find a trophy and see a trophy and hunt a trophy that I had found. But, I didn't need to take this. I could have shot him, and put him in a video, you know, in one of my trophy compilations videos, but getting this, you know, like footage of someone else getting to hunt their dream trophy. I mean, like this angle of watching Hales, like calling him in and stuff, it was just so much cooler to me than, you know, shooting another one when I've already got one. Like, it's sharing that experience. You know, completely random that I ended up finding another piebald bull, and, you know, just, it was just so lucky the way it all worked out. Like I said, none of this was planned, which is why me and Hales weren't in a VC and talking and stuff. I do plan on doing some collabs with Hales, hopefully in the future. Hales is amazing, and, you know, her channel name is going to be in the title of the video, her channel's going to be linked in the description, and she is going to be posting her own video of her perspective of this at the same time that I post this video, so you're going to have both of our perspectives for this, which I think, again, is so cool. And yeah, it was just basically a different form of a collaboration, and getting to share in a hunt, which is something I always enjoy. You know, it's not something I get to do very often. I'm a very shy person, and I tend to hunt by myself, and, you know, sometimes I'll hunt with people that I know, but I'm still very, very shy. So this isn't something I get to do a whole lot, and it was just a great experience for me. I cannot tell you how happy I was just getting to sit back and watch this go down, knowing that this was something that Hales was absolutely just dreaming of. I'd heard her talk about it so much, how much this was the trophy she was looking for, and to be able to, like, contribute to the, you know, obtaining of this trophy for them was just fantastic. And you can see how close this elk actually got to where they were then. And Hales was taking some pictures. Hales, like me, likes taking pictures in this game, and they got some really good pictures there, which I think will be in their video if I'm not mistaken. So again, make sure to go and watch their perspective as well, because they're going to have different angles and stuff of what was going on. So yeah, this is just a really cool animal and a really cool moment, because the piebald Manitoban elk, both the bulls and the cows, they're very unique. They're really, really beautiful. And there's just something about the bulls that is honestly so stunning. It's almost like tricolour piebald, because it's got the very white face and chest with the pink nose, and then it's got like a darker shoulder line, and then like the lighter tan colour on the back. It's really, really beautiful. Like I said, like a tricolour piebald. Not necessarily the way you would necessarily think of a tricolour. You know, normally you think of that as like more patchy, but this has got like that gradient of like white to then darker brown to then lighter brown, and then back to white on like the back legs and the underbelly. But here, Hales was going to take a shot, and she was going to be using a recurve bow, and I was really, really excited to see how this was gonna play out. Now, we're gonna have my perspective, and then I do have a clip of Hales' perspective just for the shot for this video as well. So here's my perspective. It looks like this elk darn near walks into her, and then she gets a great shot. Now, I was worried there because I didn't see his health dropping, but we go over and check the blood here, and yeah, you can see that's vital blood. He is absolutely smoked, and we ended up bouncing off of each other there as we were jumping around in excitement. This was like a couple of hours worth, because this bull did not want to come back in, like, after the pictures, and then just trying to get him to come back in to the zone, he just kept refusing. I spent hundreds of thousands of in-game credits resetting the time over and over and over again, and you'll see that at the end there, that was me in chat being like, oh my god, I'm resetting the time so many times and he's still not coming back. And then here I was just grabbing some trophy pictures for Hales of her and her beautiful elk. The arrow looks like it hit so far back, but it was a smoke shot. So it's clearly, like, just not displaying correctly, probably because, you know, multiplayer, and it can be a bit funny with stuff like that. But, I mean, this was just so, so cool. And we were messaging on Discord as well, like, just to make sure we were getting everything that both of us wanted for our 2 videos. Because, yeah, I think this was just a really cool moment for both of us. And, you know, not hearing, but, like, seeing Hales so happy via the messages made me so happy. I love getting to share joy. That's something that is always really cool to me. So a moment like this, it's so special, and I'm so glad I got to record it, and that Hales was more than okay with me uploading my perspective and talking about it, and, you know, linking her video of this as well, because, yeah, like I said, just a really special hunt and a really special couple of hours, and it was just so incredibly enjoyable. But that is going to be it for this video. That is the story of this piebald Manitoban elk, and I just really wanted to share it. Please make sure that you go and check out Hales. She makes amazing content. Quite similar to how I like to do things, taking a lot of pictures and stuff as well. So if you enjoyed that, you'll really like what she does. Like, she got, like I said, some amazing pictures of this elk that you really should go and see. And just go and check out her perspective. It's really, really cool. So all of those links will be in the description. Make sure you go and check them out. Huge thank you to Hales for actually coming and hunting this elk. It was amazing to get to film you do it, and I absolutely loved it. And I'm so glad you have your dream trophy Manitoban elk. But that is going to be it for this video. So thank you all so much for watching and all your support as always. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.